Hello, lovely souls. Welcome to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. We're going to be doing a reading today where we check into the energies of the divine counterparts. And I also want to mention that my channel is not just for divine counterparts or twin souls. It is also for anyone who identifies in the divine feminine or divine masculine energy, which we all have within us. It's for soulmates, it's for light workers, it's for star seeds, it's for humans on a spiritual journey. So welcome into the channel. And what I'm being called to do today is to look into the energies separately. So there'll be two separate readings here for the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. And the reason I'm being called to do this separately is because the counterparts are on two different paths right now. So even if you're in the same house, under the same roof, you're married, you're in a relationship, you're in communication, there's still some sense, some semblance of separateness in terms of the physical journey that you're taking with your counterpart. You are always in union in the spiritual realm. So I want to reinforce that and make sure that that's really, really understood. Because if you continue to think of yourself as separate from your counterpart, or you focus on what is making you separate, you are going to see that in your physical realm. So it's really vital that you focus on the togetherness and the union energy, especially right now, because we are in this pre-union portal for 2022. So having said that, guys, I am really feeling the call to open up private sessions with people. They will not be card readings, although I may pull a few cards, at the end or something, or for guidance, but it's going to be coaching sessions. So I'm running my coaching group at this time. So I'm going to do a limited number of coaching sessions per month. And I may or may not do it every month. I'm just going to go on what I'm being called to do by my guidance system. So I'm being called to offer a few sessions here. I'm thinking towards the end of September and through, the first 3 weeks or so of October. And what I want to do is take on a few people who are willing to commit to 3 sessions with me and who are willing to really put in the work. And my main purpose at this time on my journey, at this juncture, is to lead people, and really probably for the remainder of my time here on earth in this physical incarnation as Sarah, is to lead you to your highest personal power and your highest path. So to remove the obstacles and blocks that you have towards inner union. That's my specialty at this time. So if you're feeling the call, please reach out to me via email. If I do not answer, it just means that at this time I'm not feeling called to work with your energy. It does not mean that I won't in the future. It just means that I have a few spots available. So if you could just share a brief version of why you'd like to work with me, no more than a paragraph or two, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, guys. And I'm excited to do this reading because we're going to start with the divine masculines here. So this is a reading for the divine masculine energy, and you can listen to this if you're a divine feminine for your internal divine masculine energy that lives and rumbles inside of you. The masculine energy is waking up at an unprecedented rate right now, and they are rustling from, they're literally, guys, sloughing off the old programs. If you listen to some other readers, in particular ones that also work with the divine masculine energy like myself, you will hear this being validated from reader to reader, that we are witnessing the rebirth or revival of the true divine masculine energy and shaking off the distorted divine masculine energy, so that structures are crumbling if they're rooted in that distortion energy. And it's a really beautiful time to be alive and to witness this, and to really be able to give thanks to your masculine counterpart and thanks to your internal masculine energy for all of the hard work that is occurring right now on the masculine's end. And feminines, you've done a lot of your work in the past, and so a lot of you are sort of sitting pretty and just kind of sitting on top of the mountain that you've summited. And it's not that you're looking down on your counterpart, because we know that they're not behind us. It's that you are looking at them with just awe and wonder and just complete respect for the path that they're choosing right now. You're really, really, and guys, the more you can do this, the more you can look on them with a sense of respect and a sense of admiration, the faster you're going to get to union. The more you want to blame or shame your counterpart and point fingers at them and what they did or didn't do or what happened in the past, you are perpetuating separation. So if you'd like to perpetuate separation, go right ahead and stay in that negative mindset where you're blaming your counterpart, which is really you blaming an aspect of yourself, because the divine counterparts are one. We are two bodies, but one soul. Okay, so it's so important to understand that. If that doesn't resonate with you, you could be dealing with a soulmate, and that is two separate souls and two separate bodies. So it's a different concept altogether. But for the divine counterpart energies, there needs to be an understanding that you are not separate. The more you focus on separation, the more you're going to see that you will get more separation in your physical world. Your divine masculine will, without a doubt, show you what your inner thoughts are and your inner belief systems are. I guarantee that. They'll reflect this with their actions and with their words. So how do you feel about yourself, divine feminine? So we'll focus on you and your reading, but we're going to get right into the cards here to focus on the divine masculine. And I'd like to call on my guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, and my star team to assist me with this reading at this time, to assist me with clarity and to be a pure vessel of divine truth and compassion and enlightenment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Aho, amen. And so we begin the reading for the divine masculine here. Let's tap into the energies of the divine masculine. Current energies of the divine masculine. So we're a couple days now out of this new moon energy. Walk your path, beautiful divine masculines. I'm continuing to be really thrilled at the energies of the divine masculine in the readings that are coming up for the divine masculine. So walk your truth. I mean, look at this. Walk your truth, speak your truth, act your truth. Walk in integrity. Because remember, we got integrity yesterday for the divine masculines. So what does the divine masculine need to know right now? He needs to know that it's safe to walk in his path and his chosen path and his truth. And he doesn't have to be afraid. You're leaving your handprint on the world, divine masculine. So you're leaving a legacy, and that's coming up as really important right now for the divine masculines, is to leave a legacy right now on the world and to know and to understand that the power that you have within you as a soul is so much more incredibly powerful. Okay, the power is powerful than you ever could have imagined or that you ever believed. You are absolutely just on the right path, and keep going, be fearless. Don't worry about the ghosts of the past. Don't worry about the ghosts that used to live inside of you, because you're rectifying with your past at this time. It's really happening for both of the divine counterparts right now. So your throat chakra is opening up and your heart chakra, divine masculines. So some of the symptoms that we're feeling right now, guys, are a lot of neck tension. So the divine feminine counterpart could be feeling this to transmute for her counterpart, and the divine masculine could be feeling this tightness, this throat constriction, constriction when you're swallowing, jaw pain, jaw tightness, tension, overall tension in kind of that upper half of your body, nasal congestion, sinus congestion, aside from allergies, which I absolutely do suffer from, seasonal allergies. So, but it's also just knowing that there's something deeper going on, because some days I feel great and other days like today, there's a struggle, right, with some of those symptoms. And so I know that if I'm feeling them, others are feeling them, because as a leader and as a guide, like so many others of you, we know that we feel things for the collective. We transmute for the collective. And oftentimes we are made to feel these symptoms and sensations so that we can allow others and communicate to others that this is what is happening. So this is about true empowerment for the divine masculine counterparts of this time. Divine masculines, if in any way you're feeling that something or somebody in your life is taking you, out of your power, or is threatening to kind of throw you off balance, you're just not having it. You're fearlessly speaking your truth. You're activating your potential at this time. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. You're also saying stop, to things that are not aligned with who you are and are not aligned with the path that you want to be on. So, a lot of people are in awe of your courageousness, divine masculine, but they may be mocking you because it comes down to them being afraid of your power, and sort of like the energy of well, how dare they? Like, how dare they, tread off of this path? Like, especially if it were friends or family members who liked to be kind of in that negative mental space with you. And now all of a sudden you're in that positive mental space. People are going to be like, I don't understand. Like, why you think you're better than me or you think you're above me? The divine masculine is just rising above all of that chaos, that fear, and that negativity. So you don't have to worry about what anyone else thinks or says or does, divine masculine. Now, one of the other things that's coming through with the fearless card is, like, do you really want to look back on your life? There's a quote by Carolyn Myss, and she's a mystic and a teacher. And it says, do you really want to look back on your life and see how wonderful it could have been had you not been afraid to live it? So this is about the DM taking control of the trajectory of his life and his future. This is really about him saying, I am the lighthouse, and I'm not going to dim my light. And I'm also not going to allow my path to be wrought with shadows anymore. I'm so tired of doing the shadow work. I'm so tired of feeling like things don't work out for me. So a lot of your masculines were in this mindset that there's no way this divine love could ever pan out for them. This relationship couldn't work. And so they were stuck in those negative, thought patterns and templates because it's what they'd always known. So now they're being called to come out of those negative thought patterns to realize that, hey, this actually could work. This can work with a little bit of effort on my part, or a lot of effort on my part, and realizing that there's potential here. There's untapped potential inside of me, and there's untapped potential in this connection that they weren't able to see before. So if they told you, if they rejected you or told you there isn't anything between us, we're just friends, I don't know how this could ever work, it's because of their own insecurities. It's not because they didn't feel something for you or they didn't love you. So it's because of what was going on inside of them. They had to quell that storm inside of them so that they could come forward in a more authentic way. They're getting off the hamster wheel, and that hamster wheel was the Groundhog Day energy of repeating yesterday over and over again. So you get stuck in the thought loop, the looping thoughts that keep you in negativity, and it keeps you down. Just because the masculines had all of this abundance in the physical reality doesn't mean that they were happy. Okay, they were lonely, life felt empty, and they hadn't conquered their shadows, their fears. They had just pushed everything down and called themselves successful because they were surrounded by things and money. And they're realizing now that none of those things matter. So they're no longer afraid to fail. It's like fail forward or fail fast. Like fail fast so that you can get to success. Don't be afraid of failure. Let's do it. Let's get this over with. Let's fail so that we can do it better next time. And that's really what they're doing at this time. Okay, so we're going to tap into some of the energies here through the tarot. What are they currently battling? So what do they need to know? What are they currently battling? There could be a thought that you are so successful and happy without them that they could be saying, where's my place in this person's life? Because they know that their journey has been long and arduous, and they understand that they've sort of left you in the dark, and they understand that it's taken them quite some time, to come to these realizations, but they see you over here so successful. So they could definitely be asking themselves, like, what could he or she possibly see in me? And, this is about self-worth that they would be healing right now, being fearless. That's about self-worth, shining your light, being your own lighthouse. They see you very nurturing, divine feminine. They see you just literally basking in the light of your abundance. and they see that you've created a lot of gains for yourself in your physical reality, with your job, with your career, and they see all of this prosperity that's surrounding you, and they're like, well, I'm not in her life, so maybe she's doing better without me. Maybe she's better off, or he's better off without me. So this is really about them healing that lack mindset, okay, and healing the abundance mindset, which we know that translates, right? Money translates into love, love translates into money energy. It's very intertwined, the energies of love and success, and love and abundance. So they're healing that at this time. Let's see. Tell me more about that Queen of Pentacles energy. Can you clarify the Queen of Pentacles energy? Knight of Swords. Okay, so what we have here with the Knight of Swords is, you know, we see the Pegasus energy. So there's a little bit of magic. The Tower, yeah, the Tower is coming in. But I feel like this is a quick tower, because with the Knight of Swords, it's the fastest moving knight in the deck, in the tarot deck, and he's got wings. So he's like, okay, he can think his way out of this tower, okay? He can think his way, he can strategize, can't say it. He can strategize his way out of this. But he's not bypassing. This is just like, there's a quick exit out of this divine masculine, and you can do that by thinking your way clear, or thinking your way to the solution. So it's going to be different in each situation. So it'll be different depending on your connection. But this is very, like, it's a heroic energy. So it's like the hero coming in to save himself from this falling tower. Again, this is the throat energy. Much like walk your truth, this is telling him to speak his truth. Okay, speaking the truth boldly, not letting anything be fearless, not letting anything hold him back. These are consistent messages, guys, that are coming through for the counterparts. Consistently coming through day after day after day. He's, you know, coming out of this tower, and then there's a sense of purpose on the other side of that. He's really wanting to succeed. And again, he realizes success is not just in the material world. He wants to be emotionally abundant, wants to be spiritually abundant. And he really is focused, guys. There's a significant focus here on the divine feminine. There's a focus here on, it's like, yes, I know there's been an ending. Okay, there was an ending, a tower moment in your connection, but he is really thinking on his feet. He's thinking fast on his feet, and he's going to, you know, the light is going to flood him, literally flood him. And that's what you do when you're in his presence, divine feminine. You literally flood him with your light. And in doing so, he has been blinded in the past because he wasn't prepared and or ready to receive that. He's getting ready to receive that. How is he doing that? By working on his self-worth, by working on himself, by realizing that he's his own masterful, purposeful creator, and realizing I can actually get out of this tower moment. I can actually come out of this on the other side. Like, holy shit, I don't have to stay in this energy. That's huge for the divine masculine, okay? That's huge for him, because he's realizing that there is more to life than suffering. There's more to life than suffering. I think that's what I'm going to title this, guys. There's more to life than suffering for the divine masculine. You finally realize this. Okay, so let's tap into the feminine energy. I'm sorry. I didn't. Sometimes when I'm channeling, I'm used to going there. So, excuse me. Let's tap into, okay, what is working for him right now? What is really working for the divine masculine? So we know what the obstacles are, but what's working for him? It's clearing out that tower. What is clearing out the tower for the divine masculine? Roots of abundance. Yes. Yep. More Pentacles energy. Look, guys, the creation of long-term success here. Okay. The creation of success that is going to be timeless, that is not going, this is not abundance that's going to go away. This is abundance that's going to last, lasting success. And there's a stabilization energy here, okay? The roots are stabilizing the divine masculine because he's been thrown for a loop and he's been in a whirlwind. It's like they're showing me a carousel ride. So he's been on this carousel ride going round and round and looping in his own mind. And he's finally using his mind to help him instead of hurt him. He's finally like, holy shit, I can get off of this ride. This is a self-created prison, self-imposed confinement. I don't have to be here anymore. I can free my mind. And when you free your mind, guys, you free your whole entire life. Your whole reality shifts. So he's really anchoring himself right now in this place of positive, like it's a positive mental space coming out of this tower. So do not fear the tower, guys. Do not fear separation. All of these things are leading you towards your journey, your union and success. So he's trusting that he's going to be taken care of. He's like, I'm trusting that my path is leading me to this ultimate place of abundance. So how is he feeling about the feminine right now? He's acknowledging the deceit, okay? But let's move past that divine masculine, because we know that, like we understand that, you understand that, but we're not trying to hold that against you, divine feminine or divine masculine. So two of materials, two of pentacles. Let's talk about that for a second. So there are choices in his material world, okay? These are good choices. These are choices that are coming in. It's like, there's not a bad choice. It's not like, oh, I choose one. The other one's like, he's not going to wish he chosen the other one. I feel like there's some clarity coming through with this, because yes, this can indicate that there are multiple things that he's kind of juggling or tackling many things at once, but he's going to be making decisions. Okay. He's going to overcome that overwhelm, and he's going to be really moving and adapting to change in his life. So he's going to be shifting out of that mindset of, feeling like he has to compartmentalize his life. I mean, that's kind of what, the divine masculines have tried to compartmentalize. Like, I feel this way about this person, but I shouldn't feel this way, but it's wrong, but it's overwhelming. So I'm just going to pour all my energy and resources and time into work or into this or into that. And then they still miss the feminine. They still think about you, even when they block you, especially when they block you, they feel you even more. And realizing they can't escape this connection, so they're just going to eventually surrender to it. All right, let's get some love cards here let's get from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. So the divine feminine says, give it time. It's kind of similar to this card, right? Like, give it time, water the roots. You are trying too hard, divine masculine. Give it time. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be such a critic to yourself. Don't be so harsh. Don't be so judgmental towards yourself. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Yeah, this is about trusting your intuition, divine masculine. What else does the feminine want to say? She wants to let her counterpart know, I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light, and I love you. She says, I know you're my soulmate, and this could be interchangeable for twin flame. I know you're my soulmate. I'm already with you in spirit. All you have to do is think about me and connect with me. I'm never far. Even when we're not talking, we are still always connected. So she's asking you, divine masculine, to believe this so that she can appear physically. So this is about the masculines manifesting the feminine. And then finally, let's do some masculine feeling about the feminine. He's really waking up, guys, to this connection, because this has come up more than once. So grand symphony. So the masculine's definitely waking up to the beauty of this connection versus the challenges, like stepping away from the idea that this is so challenging, this is impossible, and stepping into this idea that anything is possible, that limitless mindset, and just realizing that it's the end of any sort of separation, guys. This is the unity consciousness card. So ending the separation between the two of you is really what's on the divine masculine's heart and mind. It's on his heart and on his mind. He's like, I just want to bring this together. This is such a beautiful symphony, this journey. And if you can focus on the good feminine, your masculine's going to focus on the good too. So guys, I hope this was helpful. This was a message for the divine masculine in all of us and for your physical counterpart. And next, I'm off to do the divine feminine reading. So enjoy, guys. Take care. Have a beautiful day.